Start your engine!
Hello everybody and welcome to Talladega, Alabama. It's the Yellawood 500 for the NASMAR Community Cup Series playoffs. It's the round of 8, the second race of the round of 8. Someone's championship hopes are going to come crashing down here today at Talladega. It's a nice 84 degrees today. It's kind of warm for the fall here in the south, but it's nice racing weather, not a cloud in the sky. And here I am joined by the one and great Tim Brown here in the booth.
Hello everybody. Well, we got 20 laps here today at Talladega. We got 40 cars here today for the race. So a full field, and we're going to have some pretty good pack racing as we usually see here at Talladega on these high banks. And we're going to get into our ones to watch here momentarily.
Yeah, that's right, Tim. It's going to be some wild pack racing here today at Talladega. Couple cars that are looking strong here today would be the RFK Fords of Chris Buescher and Ryan Preece.
Yeah, as we dive into our ones to watch here, they do make up your front row here as Ryan Preece on pole, Chris Buescher in second. He actually did win a couple weeks ago at Bristol, but he's not in the playoffs anymore, unfortunately. But these Fords are really fast and expect him to be up front all day.
Yeah, another Ford to note will be the Ford of Ryan Blaney right to the left in this picture. We'll focus on him. He is currently tied on the cut line with, I believe, William Byron. The Fords are very strong this weekend, as we told you just before. But he's hoping to just keep it clean and maybe get some good stage points, and maybe he can figure out a way to win this race in Talladega. Another car to note would be the car of William Byron. William Byron is tied with Blaney on the cut line. The Chevys have just been a little off this week, specifically the Hendrick Chevys. The Hendrick Chevys all qualified very poorly. We'll get to later the worst qualifying Chevy, another playoff driver. But yeah, William Byron just looking to find more speed in that 24 Axalta Chevrolet. A Chevrolet that has not struggled to find speed is Ross Chastain. He has locked himself into the championship 4. He has nothing to lose today with his win last week at Las Vegas. He's just going to be trying to play spoiler for the other playoff drivers to see if maybe he can go back-to-back here in the NASMAR Community Cup Series. Our first Toyota of note, it will be the 20 of Christopher Bell. He had a rough week last week at Las Vegas. He wrecked out very early. He is way below the cut line. He's going to need a great points day, or maybe even a win here today to lock himself into the championship 4. The Toyotas have been solid this weekend, but we'll see what the 20 of Christopher Bell can do here at Talladega. Now, one of the Chevys that is struggling to find speed, it's the 9 of Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott, along with his Hendrick teammate of Alex Bowen, qualified way in the back, around in the mid to late 20s. It's just going to be a struggle to get up to the pack. It's a lot of gridlock here at Talladega with the next-gen car. So Chase Elliott not off to a great start, and Alex Bowen off to the worst start. He is starting in the dead last row. He's starting 40th after struggles in qualifying. He missed a shift, actually, and he qualified dead last, 40th. He's going to try to make his way up to the front, but it's just very difficult with these cars here at Talladega. As the cars start rolling off here, on to the bankings of Talladega Superspeedway. We'll get into our starting lineups here in just a moment. You see the cars passing by. A lot of interesting cars that qualified up here, but it's an all RFK front row. It's Chris Buescher and Ryan Preece make up the front row.
In row 2, it is Zane Smith next to Ryan Blaney.
And it's Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski.
And in row 4 is William Byron next to Denny Hamlin.
After that, it's 2 more Fords of Austin Cindric and Todd Gilliland.
And then Kyle Larson next to Ross Chastain.
Then it's Michael McDowell and Noah Gragson.
And then it's another Spire car of Justin Haley next to Chase Briscoe.
It's 2 Toyotas after that. It's Tyler Reddick and playoff driver Christopher Bell.
And then it's Kyle Busch next to Bubba Wallace.
Then it's another Spire car Carson Hosford and Chase Elliott.
Then it's LMC duo John Hunter Nemechek and Eric Jones.
Then it's Ty Gibbs and Cole Custer following them up.
Josh Berry and AJ Allmendinger.
Then it's Jimmy Johnson in the 3 car of Austin Dillon.
And then we got the 87 and the 88 of Connor Zilic and Shane Van Gisbergen.
Then another Trackhouse car. It's Daniel Suarez and Ricky Stenhouse.
And then it's Ty Dillon next to BJ McLeod.
Get back to the field here. It's Cody Ware and Anthony Alfredo.
And then rounding up your field is Riley Herbst and Alex Bowman.
We're ready to go green here at Talladega. 20 laps are set up here. The green flag is out. Ryan Preece leads the field down into turn number 1.
At the line, Blaney gets it to lead lap 1. He got a surge with the help from Brad Keselowski. Now he's going to try and get clear for the lead as we head down the back straightaway.
The RK duo on the bottom is trying to push back to the Penske Ford lane, but here comes Chastain on the outside. The third lane is already forming here at Talladega. Help from Michael McDowell. Chastain is going to try to take the lead off turn 4.
They're 3 by 3 throughout the field. Chastain and Buescher side by side for the lead as we head to lap 3, with both of them having help from Michael McDowell and Ryan Preece.
The big loser in that trade-off is Ryan Blaney. He's all the way back in the middle. He is all the way back to around the 7th position, but it's a dogfight for the lead. Chastain and Buescher down the backstretch.
Chastain trying to get clear. It looks like he does entering turn 3, but now Buescher fights back at the bottom with help from Ryan Preece. Here comes Briscoe with help from his teammate Christopher Bell on the top side.
The Joe Gibbs Toyotas make a run to the front. Here comes Todd Gilliland out of nowhere. He's going to try to take it 3 wide here through the middle. He's going to try to clear low on Chris Buescher. Oh, he gets loose off turn number 2.
Down the back straightaway, Chastain middle 3 wide, still has help from Michael McDowell, but now Briscoe comes down in front of him, and now Bell has another Toyota teammate at Bubba Wallace to the back bumper of him, who started around 20th and is now up to the front of the field on lap 4.
Another playoff driver in the back. That's Kyle Busch here. We didn't talk about him at all in pre-race, but he's up here in the mix in the top 10. Todd Gilliland's now leading this race. We're coming to the final lap of stage number 1.
3 by 3 still throughout the entire field as we come to the white flag. Bell had it at the line there. Who's going to get it by the next one? As we come into turns 1 and 2, they are dead even throughout the first row as they head down the back straightaway. Oh, sideways goes to 34. Now around goes to 38. Hard into the wall goes Zane Smith. Joey Logano involved as well.
Playoff driver in trouble early here. Joey Logano, he was running inside the top 10, but he finds trouble with Zane Smith. A hard crash off turn number 2. We need to figure out what happened there. It just looked like a massive stack up, but that'll be the end of stage number 1. And let's figure out what happened there going off turn number 2.
Look at a replay here. It looks like the 34 of Gillen just gets a weird shot off the corner, and then it creates one of those accordion effects, and Zane Smith gets shot out of line hard into the inside wall head on. Logano comes with him and has a severe amount of damage. I do not know how much damage he has, if it's going to take him out of the race or not. Definitely any race-winning damage taken from that 22 car. He's not going to be able to fight for a win tonight. But the 38 of Zane Smith is junk.
Yeah, no, the 22 is on the hook as well. He kind of hit the rear end of Zane Smith, but he did kind of pancake the wall. That's the end of stage 1. We're going to head to commercial break, and we back for stage number 2.
Oh,
Brothers, the task is done.
God
They
damn it,
cannot
not
stop
again.
it now. They could not hope to stop it. No, they stopped it.
63 today. I want to see how long they can drag the tanks. Adam Parks, huge hit. One car
down,
upside.
Telling good boy to your friends.
If
Oh my God.
I'd be running bottom in 3 and 4.
Reagan dead.
But I
This is the picture we were handed by NASMAR officials to determine the stage 1 results. We didn't show it going into break. But yeah, it's just a giant mess there. But yeah, Christopher Bell wins stage number 1 here at Talladega, followed by his Toyota teammate of Chase Briscoe, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, who was already clinched in the playoffs, Chris Buescher, Todd Gilliland, Kyle Busch, Michael Badal, Ryan Preece, and Cole Custer round out the top 10 for stage number 1.
Yeah, an interesting point to point out there is that the top 3 are all Toyotas. None of them started near the front, none of those 3 in specific. So good job by them to make it up through the field in 5 laps.
Yeah, we're here for the start of stage number 2 here. 2 Toyotas leading the field. The green flag is out. Christopher Bell leads the field down into turn number 1.
Yeah, the first Ford you see here is back in 5th, which is Buescher and Gilliland, who Gilliland is still up towards the front after having that moment on the last lap. Obviously, that caution helping him out from losing a ton of positions. Bell now trying to get clear for the lead, and he will.
Yeah, Bubba giving a push to Christopher Bell here, his Toyota teammate. It's a Toyota 1-2-3 here, but Chase Briscoe gets a massive shot from Ross Chastain off the corner. He's going to clear down in front of his Toyota teammate, and he's going to take the lead here.
So you see now the one of Chastain still trying to fight as he's a lead car on the top. He's going to try and get to the quarter panel of Briscoe, but can't get there yet. They're still gridlocked 2x2. Now here comes the run for the one of Chastain. He's going to take the lead away.
Yeah, Gillen gave a massive shove there to Chastain off the corner. Michael McDowell, who gave the shot to Chastain earlier in the race to give him the lead, is still up here in the mix in the top 5. But it's side by side for the lead. Chastain looks like he's going to clear off the corner as the third lane starts to form now.
Yeah, it's Shane Van Gisbergen in that Red Bull car with help from BJ McLeod on the top side. He's going to get up to 2nd. He's going to try and go for the lead on his teammate, Ross Chastain.
Yeah, all the Trackhouse cars are showed up now. There's SVG, Connor Zillich, Daniel Suarez, and BJ McLeod in the mix. He's going to try to go for the lead down the middle in the backstretch.
And just like in stage 1, we have 3 wide throughout the entire field. Now it's BJ McLeod in the middle trying to take the lead away. Who can get clear for the lead as we come to 2 laps to go in stage 2?
Top line looks like an F1 team up there. You got 2 Red Bull cars pushing each other. SVG and Connor Zillich, the road course aces, trying to push themselves to the lead here at Talladega. And their teammate Chastain is on the bottom trying to fight them for the lead.
Down the back straightaway, that middle lane starts to fade. Here comes Chastain on the bottom. He had a little bit of push. Now here comes Zillich for the lead. 3 wide. It's Trackhouse 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Trackhouse getting a lot of good screen time right here. 3 wide for the race lead. Connor Zillich wants to get some nice experience here. He's going to go for the lead at Talladega, but Chastain gets the lead back. That car is just so strong here coming to the last lap of the stage.
Briscoe trying to get a lane to peek out so he can make a move. He's not going to have any help from his teammate anytime soon, but down the back straight for the final time in stage 2. Chastain tries to block him. He finally gets out of line. Can he have help from one of Ross Chastain's teammates now as they go into turn 3 and 4 for the final time in stage 2?
Chastain blocking Toyotas here coming to the line. He's blocking Christopher Bell now. Chase Briscoe may have a run here off the corner. Connor Zillich up the middle, 3x3. It's going to be Ross Chastain. He's going to win stage number 2 here at Talladega.
Well, that's stage 2 for you guys. It got a little pretty hectic there at the end. Briscoe tried making something happen, but obviously was not able to make anything work there with SVG on the top side. But Bell and Chastain lead him to the line to get the stage done.
Yeah, Christopher Bell's had a great points day. I mentioned in pre-race that he needed solid points coming to this race. He has got 19 stage points in the first 2 stages here. Chastain does steal the stage win. He does not need any points whatsoever for the rest of the season. But yeah, you see Christopher Bell there in 2nd. Is Toyota teammate Chase Briscoe. Yeah, Connor Zillich there in 4th. Bubba Ball was 5th. SVG in 6th. BJ McLeod finishes 7th. Good for him. Chris Buescher, Daniel Suarez, and Todd Gilliland round out the top 10. A wild stage 2 here wraps up. Ross Chastain does win the stage. We'll be back here for the final stage of the Yellawood 500.
For your consideration, the Jericho.
3 wide, in the middle, down the bottom, 3 wide, down the car.
Go!
Stay low, breaking in the trio.
3 wide. Inside now. Clear high.
This planet's actually kind of cool looking though.
Oh yeah, definitely. This place is awesome.
Now!
Okay, we're back at Talladega. I don't know who hacked the commercials here for NASMAR, but anyways, we're about to start stage 3 here. Chastain is your leader. He's going to get help from Chase Briscoe going into turn number 1.
And these Trackhouse guys up in the top 3, or at least they were in the top 3. They're not in the top 3 anymore. They're all going to be split up here as they fire down the back straightaway. JGR is trying to split them up, and they're doing it right now.
It's been a JGR versus Trackhouse kind of day here. Chase Briscoe and Christopher Bell, and we had SVG and Connor Zilic show up late in the running. But it's a gridlock 2x2 here coming off turn number 4. Christopher Bell is going to have the edge with a push from Connor Zilic.
Finally not a Trackhouse car who's up front who leads a lap. But now Chastain fights back in the bottom, help from Bell's teammate Briscoe as they come down the back straight. And now here comes the 87 up to the top. He looks like he got a shot out of line, Zilic did there, as he's going to fall back several positions as Chastain's clear for the lead.
Connor Zilic gets shuffled all the way back, top 3 wide. Chastain, your sole possession of the lead for now. But Christopher Bell now gets a push from SVG. Christopher Bell back out to the front here in Talladega.
It is a literal fight of tug of war right now. It is back and forth, top to low line of just who can get the run and who can develop a better one as they head down the back straightaway. This bottom line definitely prevailing at the moment.
Yeah, the bottom line finally gets a run going here. That's the most cars we've seen clear of the top lane. SVG getting a push from Chris Buescher off the corner. He gets turned. Up and over goes SVG. Barrel rolling through the infield grass. He comes to rest on his roof in the tri-oval. A massive crash here at Talladega. SVG upside down in the tri-oval grass at Talladega. And it's going to take about 8 or 9 cars with him. What a massive crash here off the corner. Many contenders taken out. And it's a red flag immediately. All the cars are stopped on the back off turn number 2. And what happened to cause that wreck?
Looks like, I don't know if he got turned by the 17 of Buescher or what, or I don't know. But he gets sideways in front of Chase Briscoe, blows right over, does a tumble, and then bounces off the outside wall. You see several other cars. BJ McLeod, who was having a great race, piles into the pit road wall, and several others involved.
Yeah, we're under the red flag here. Let's take a second to just visit who the top 5 is right now. That shook up the entire field. You got Chastain and Bell, 1-2 dominant cars today. How about Cole Custer? He's just snuck up here into the top 3, along with Daniel Suarez as well. He's running 4th now, the quiet Trackhouse car of the group. Car around and got the top 5 is Kyle Busch. He's been a quiet playoff driver today, but he's up here in the mix, ready to win at Talladega. You had a massive crash off turn 4, 1 car getting upside down. That was the 88 of SVG. We'll come back here for a 2-lap shootout here at Talladega. back at Talladega. That's probably what SVG wanted to do to Chris Buescher after that wreck. That was just a mistimed shove off the corner here. All the track cleanup over here at Talladega. About 9-10 cars involved. You got Michael McDowell, Ty Gibbs, SVG's on the record. All this cleanup happened coming back from commercial break. But yeah, a ton of destroyed cars here at Talladega.
Yeah, that's the risk you take while racing here at Talladega. You get up to the front finally after being mid or towards the back of the pack all race like some of these guys. I know Ty Gibbs started really deep in the field, but now you get up to the front, and then when we get later in these races, the pushes and the shoves get worse and worse, and it ends up having a big wreck and you get taken out of the race. But like you said earlier, how about Cole Custer being in P3?
Yeah, we're going to come to the restart here for a 2-lap shootout here at Talladega. It's the Trackhouse cars of Chastain and Suarez on the top side coming into the turn 1 and 2.
As they go down the back straight, look at AJ Allmendinger fourth in line on the top. We haven't talked about him all day either as we fire down the back straightaway. Chastain clear for the lead. Can Bell develop a run into turn 3?
A lot of new contenders here after the big wreck, but it's still Chastain and Bell, the two strongest cars of the day. But here comes AJ Allmendinger on the outside. He's getting a shove from Ryan Blaney. Where did Ryan Blaney come from? AJ Allmendinger leads at the white flag.
Blaney was started fourth in today's race. All of a sudden, he got dropped to the middle of the pack, and now he's back up front on the white flag. 3 wide, 3 for the lead. Here comes Daniel Suarez down the back straight for the final time.
Chastain threw a block on Bell, but that does not work out. Daniel Suarez to the lead. Ryan Preece, the front row sitter. He's going to try to make a run at Daniel Suarez coming to the line. He's getting pushed by Tyler Reddick. Daniel Suarez coming to the checkered flag. He's going to win the Yellawood 500. And many cars back here make up tons of spot. William Byron made up tons of positions there on the last lap. But Daniel Suarez wins the Yellawood 500.
And after being booted out of the playoffs in the round of 12, Daniel Suarez redeems himself once again and wins his second race. Technically in all the playoffs so far, he won the opener at Darlington that got him into the round of 12. But he gets it done here once again at Talladega in the Kubota car with help from Ross Chastain kind of at the end there. What a race.
Yeah, the outside lane just died there on the backstretch, and it was just a mad dash to the finish. You see William Byron taking 3 wide on Josh Berry, who we never talked about today. Byron, who was just a non-factor all day, finishes 7th. One of the best finishing playoff drivers, but just a mad dash to the finish here at Talladega. Daniel Suarez burns it down here on the front stretch of Talladega. A massive win for that Trackhouse number 99 car. He's not going to be back in that car next year, but a huge win for the 99. Chastain, who did not need a good day. He just dominated, finished 2nd. Another notable playoff driver, Christopher Bell, with a massive points day.
Yeah, same for William Byron. Kyle Busch is another one to mention. He's around the bubble. He makes it with an 11th place finish, is pretty respectable. I don't know what happened to Ryan Blaney there at the end. We know he was like around 5th on the white flag lap. He drops to 13th though, unfortunately.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney's going to view this as a missed opportunity as we get down here to the 20s and 30s. You see SVG there, the first DNF on the list. He had that massive crash in the final stage. He went upside down. All of these on this page are DNFs. Riley Herbst finishes dead last with an engine issue. And Joey Logano, the worst finishing of playoff drivers, the only playoff driver to actually DNF today. Surprisingly, it was a calm day for playoff drivers. But Tim Brown, any final thoughts here from Talladega?
Just a wild race. I was expecting the kind of racing we got today, but it was still good racing. Not to say the least. Trackhouse really was dominant, and in the first stage, I thought Toyota was going to run away with it for the entire race. But Trackhouse definitely showed them up once they got up to the front later in the race. Daniel Suarez comes out on top after being probably the pusher for the Trackhouse guys the entire race. But all in all, a great race here at Talladega.
Yeah, a great race here at Talladega. We'll see you next week at Martinsville for the Final Four cutoff. This has been Southeast Cup Series and Timothy Brown, and we'll see you next week at Martinsville.